What's cool, my fellow legendaries? Renkaza here, and today I've got a Fire Fist. I've 3-axis Fire Fist to be precise. Well, just Fire Fist deck. There's not really much else to say about it. I liked the one of my friends gave me a similar deck to this, except he had like blasters and everything, and I'm like, I want to just do Fire Fists because they got new support recently. Like, everything got new support, but they got Rooster, so I was like, they've got Rooster now, it's time to test out the deck. Also, I'm going to be testing a lot of new decks that can abuse Tanky, so stay tuned for that. And I also got the message that I should be speeding up my duel videos. I'm going to just start doing that. I explain the decks pretty in depth in my deck profiles. If you want, watch the deck profiles if you want to know what's pretty much happening. I explain everything. And then watch the duel videos if you want to see combos with the decks. Now we'll go into the deck. Triple Bear, Bear's effect. When he does dazzle damage, you can set Fire Formation spell card directly from your deck, and you can send one face-up Fire Formation card to the grave to destroy a monster on the field. He's overall a really good card, especially since Tanky's a thing, and Tanky is basically a reinforcements of the army continuous card that Bear can set from the deck when he inflicts battle damage. So you can activate it, add something to hand. It gives it everything a 100 attack boost. Then you use Bear's effect, explode it, and blow up a card your opponent controls. It's pretty overpowered. This has got double Rooster. Rooster is, I'll get into depth into combos later, but all you really need to know is if he's special summoned by a Fire Fist monster, you grab a Fire Fist from your deck to your hand. So he's like another Tanky, sort of. And you can destroy a face-up Fire Formation spell or trap card you control to set another one from your deck. I don't really use the secondary effect. I basically use them for doing combos with Spirit, and then grabbing any Fire Fist from the deck. And this has got triple Spirit, one of my favorite cards of the deck. If Spirit wasn't a thing, I probably wouldn't build the deck. Spirit, you use as a synchro material for a synchro summon of a beast warrior type monster. It doesn't really come into effect as long as you're making level 6, because everything is level 6 is beast warrior. And when he's summoned, you target one level 5 fire with 200 or less defense in your grave, which includes Fire Fist Spirit. You can grab another Spirit with your effect. The R-Tuner, it is a tuner. When special summon face of defense position, the monster does get its effect still. You can only attack with Beast Warrior monsters from the rest of the turn, but the deck is basically Beast Warriors and then Effect Veiler and Max C, and then the one copy of Battle Fader, so even the extra deck is the only things that aren't are Crimson Blader and some of the XYZ monsters. You can only use one of its effects per turn, which is basically so you can't abuse Horse Prince and Spirit over and over again. But it's really useful. You basically go Spirit, grab Rooster, grab something else, Synchro, make Horse Prince, special summons another Rooster. This Rooster grabs you another thing to your hand, probably Bear. Or you can grab Leopard off the second special summon instead of Rooster, which Leopard basically, I'll get into it because it's the next card. If it was normal or special summon this turn, you can tribute one Fire Fist monster. I basically usually tribute Leopard because it doesn't say you can't. It has 0 attack and 200 defense. And when you do that, you set a Fire Formation directly from your deck. It's really handy because, again, Tanky. Here's the time where I just basically explain what all the Fire Formation does. I know it's sort of out of order, but the deck sort of needs an explanation. Tanky is the road of the deck. It grabs you a level 4 or Beast Warrior from your deck to your hand, and you can only activate one of it per turn, and everything gains 100 attack. Tensu is basically it gives you an extra normal summon of Beast Warrior monsters, which you can only use that effect once per turn at the extra normal summon, and gives all your monsters an extra 100 attack. Gyoku is basically Night Shot, except your opponent can't activate it. It can't activate it in response to Gyoku, but Gyoku doesn't destroy it, just prevents you from using the opponent's card as long as Gyoku's on the field. So it's basically a night shot that keeps your opponent's card on board, clogging up the spell and trap cards out. And as long as you keep Gyoku alive, your opponent's back rows alive. I haven't completely, like, up to date with rollings up with... There's another card that's like Gorilla, which is like Barracks, so that blows up spell and trap cards. I don't know if there's what the rolling is with Gorilla, where you go Gorilla, destroy Gyoku, destroy a targeted card. I'm pretty sure that your opponent can't use the card because Gyoku's still on the field at the time of the effect resolution. But you'll have, because I don't think you can chain it because Gyoku is still on board if you chain the card to Gorilla's effect. But I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But so yeah, and then it also gives the extra 100 attack boost, like all of the cards. And then I've got Double Tensen. It gives, it's basically like a Forbidden Lance that gives monster 1700 attacks when it's activated, and it also gives 300 attack as long as it's on the field. I run 2 of them because they can be handy. It gives 300 attack permanently, and it gives 1,000. It gives 700 bonus to one and 400 bonus to everything else as a last minute like lance. So basically, just consider it a lance to allow my bears to get in some extra battle damage. But it's also a fire formation card you can get with bear, so it's a searchable Forbidden Lance, which is pretty cool. Hawk. All of you know is if it's destroyed by an opponent's card effect battle, you set one fire formation directly from your deck, and it gives all of your fire formations an attack and fire fists, an attack and defense boost. If you have a fire formation card, so it has 2,000 defense, 700 attack. If you have Tanky on board, it has 800 attack, 2,000 defense. It's basically the brick wall of the deck, aside from Zenmains. Zenmains, if you decide that you want to play defensively instead of offensively. Then, just for control, we've got Double Effect Veiler, Double Max C, Battle Fader. Just Effect Veiler is just anti-meta. Max C is also anti-meta. Battle Fader is to stop OTKs, and this deck can get off really quickly, especially with triple rekindling. This card right here, I wouldn't be surprised if Konami hits this, like semi-limits this or some sort of play. And Tanky, because Tanky is abusive in everything. Namely, Fire Fists and Constellars. I mean, it's so good. Anyway, Rekindling, special summon as many fire-type monsters as possible with 200 defense, or in the end phase banish all monsters special summoned by this effect. So, you special summon your roosters, your spirits, your leopards. Leopards you can pop to get extra fire formation cards. Spirits you don't get their extra effects, but you can go synchro shoken, make frickin' horse prince continue spamming. Even go into Blue Star because he's also a beast warrior. It's level 6. You can look at the extra deck. It should be pretty explanation, except this guy right here. Vulcan the Divine. Target one face-up card you control and a face-up card your opponent controls. Return them both to the hand. You can activate cards or the effects of cards of the same name as those returned to the hand by this effect. So that's basically a way to recycle your Tankies for next turn, which is pretty handy. It turns your triple reinforcement of the army for Beast Warriors into 4. I already went over what Tanky, Tensu, Gyoku do. Double MST. I don't run Heavy Storm because with frickin' how many is it? I believe there's 8. Yeah, with 8 fire formation cards, I'd rather run 2 MST than Heavy Storm. Just seems like a good idea because those cards you want to stay on board. Then we've got Dark Hole, Monster Reborn. That should be pretty standard. I don't think I have to explain that. Then the deck needs a little bit of back row hate because there's nothing in the spell and trap cards that like is anti-met that like destroys stuff except MST and Dark Hole. So this is why we have the double Bottomless, double Torrential, double Fiendish Chain, and Solemn Warning. I don't like Solemn Judgment because you have to pay half your life points, and your life points are pretty precious right now. I honestly want to see Solemn Judgment banned and Warning bumped back to 2. That seems better. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. I'll explain what the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist guys do because you probably don't know what they do. This guy's the one I usually make. I don't even know what this guy does. All I know is he's a Beast Warrior that you can make with 2 bears. That's pretty much it. And he grabs a fire formation card from your deck. And apparently he has an effect that you can attach an season material. Need the effects of all face-up effect monsters currently on the field, except Beast Warrior monsters. And another effect that when you send to the graveyard, you can send 3 face-up fire formation spell and trap cards you control to the grave. Spell summon 2 level 4 or lower Beast Warriors from your deck, which there's not enough in this deck to even make the second effect worthwhile. Lion Emperor, it's actually a really handy card. You can even bring it back with Rekindling, which is really annoying. Detach 1 Xyz material. Target a fire monster in your graveyard, add it to hand. You can't normally special summon that monster of the same name or a name like it with that monster, or a monster of the exact same name for the rest of the turn. It's basically a way to recycle your cards, but it gets it back to the hand, which is why I'm using it over something. And it's level 3. The deck really can't make Lovable Chain, which is why it's not in here, or Digusto Emerald. You basically have to use double Bear, which Bear is really handy on its own. So it's really not worthwhile. So, but this guy's really useful. You detach, as long as you have another target when you use the first part of his effect, you may target the one you detached. As long as, if you have a Fire Fist and you detach a Fire Fist, you can target either one. But you can't use the effect unless there's already one sitting in the grave. So, that's all for this video. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Again, let me know what you think. Like, would you guys like to see duel videos of this? Or would you like to see more deck profiles tomorrow? Because I've got some other decks that I'm going to continue working on today. I don't want to give you guys a sneak peek. You guys can stay tuned for that. Peace.